afternoon to distinguished panelists, esteemed colleagues, and my dear participants. It's my great pleasure to welcome you all on today's webinar on AI in Campus Administration, Smart Solutions for the Smarter Universities, hosted by the Confederation of Indian Private Universities. This is one of the fourth webinar of five-part webinar series on AI in higher education. So CIPU is a national level platform committed to strengthening the voice, visibility, and value private universities in India. We work to foster the academic excellence, policy advocacy, and the institutional collaborations by connecting through the leaders from academia, industry, and the government. As a part of the engagement efforts, we are initiating the strategic dialogue to align higher education with the future of work. As we know, higher education institutions today are navigating rapid technological transformation. Artificial intelligence is no longer just a futuristic concept. It is already reshaping how we manage admission, student services, examinations, placement, and even campus operations. The real challenge before us is how effectively we can harness AI, not only to improve efficiency, but also to create a smarter student-centric universities. This session brings together the distinguished speakers and experts who will be sharing insights, practical solutions, and future directions on integrating AI in campus administration. I'm confident their perspective will help us reimagine how universities can deliver more impactful and seamless experience for students, faculties, and administrators alike. Today, we have the privilege to hearing from our distinguished panelists from more on the topic. So before we begin, I would like to give a brief introduction about the speakers for the day. So let me start with the session moderator, Professor Dr. Basanna Patagundi. So Dr. Basanna, professor at the School of Management Studies, National Forensic Sciences, University, Delhi, brings over the 2 decades of diverse experience spanning industry, academia, and research. Before his recent appointment at NFSU, he served as a consultant and advisor specializing in sustainability, sustainable development, and ESG. His prior endeavors include instrumental roles in establishing the Center for Sustainability and Executive Education at Cambridge Institute of Technology, Bangalore, and co-founding Mundo Ciclo Private Limited, a company that provides tech-enabled sustainability solutions. Dr. Basanna possesses a proven ability to drive a positive change, empowering individual and organization to build a sustainable future. His experience lies in organizational transformation for sustainability and ESG. The encompasses leading sustainability initiatives, seamlessly integrating sustainability into the business models, and skillfully navigating ESG complexities. He notably designed and delivered organization-wide sustainability progress for clients such as TVS Motors and Amara Raja Group. With 16 years of experience in higher education across India, the USA, and East Africa, he is adept designing and engaging programs and intervention to educate learners about sustainability and ESG. He developed India's first ever sustainability professional certification program, and in close collaboration with industry leaders, designed the sustainability quotient for individual at the sustainability skill framework. Dr. Basanna is also a driving force behind the collective for sustainable actions, which is CSA events and initiative aimed for fostering a community passionate about sustainability and contributing to a sustainable future. He continues to culture sustainability community through various programs designed to raise awareness and empower professionals, exemplified by initiatives like Lokahita, which sought to install a social responsibility in management professionals. I welcome Professor Basanna. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
Then the first panelist for the day is Professor Dr. Kalpesh Vandra. Professor Vandra is currently as a Pro Vice Chancellor at Rashtriya Raksha University, Managing Director at the Security Scientific Technical Research Association, and Director of the esteemed Atal Innovation Center, an institution of national importance located in Lavard, Devgaon, Gandhinagar, Gujarat. With a remarkable career spanning over 3 decades, Dr. Vandra previously served as a Pro Vice Chancellor at Gokul Global University, which is in Sidhpur, Gujarat. His illustrious academic journey also includes key leadership roles as Director of Administration and Professor at Babaria Institute of Technology, Vadodara, Dean of the Faculty Technology and Engineering at C.U. Shah University, Principal and Professor at Computer Engineering at C.U. Shah College of Engineering and Technology, and Director of Gujarat Maritime Board Polytechnic, which is in Rajula. So Dr. Vandra possesses extensive teaching and research experience, more than 26 years in graduate and 13 years in postgraduate education. A prolific author, he has published over 11 books and highly regardless of his significant contribution in computer science, information technology. His scholarly achievements include 76 international and 25 national research papers with impressive H index of 9 and over 232 citations. Notably, he has successfully guided 11 PhD scholars with 7 more currently pursuing doctoral research under his mentorship. He has supervised over 43 postgraduate dissertation and more than 255 undergraduate projects. An experienced and respected figure in the academia accreditations arena, Dr. Vandra has effectively served as a chairman, member coordinator, and peer team member for numerous NAC evolution nationwide. His leadership was particularly impactful at CU, Shah University, where he successfully coordinated with critical UGC 2F inspection, achieving commendable outcomes through the strategic management and collaborative teamwork. Globally recognized as an expert speaker, Dr. Vandra has delivered over 35 impactful webinars internationally, addressing contemporary and crucial topics such as cybersecurity, artificial intelligence and machine learning, IoT, wireless communication, mental wellness. Dr. Vandra actively contributed to the academic excellence as a reviewer and editorial board member for leading and international journals and conferences. Dr. Vandra's research expertise and interests lie primarily in the field of wireless communication, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, Internet of Things, soft computing, image processing, network, and advanced microprocessor technologies. I welcome Dr. Vandra. Thank you for joining. So the next panelist for the session is Professor Dr. Shridhar Dandin. Hailing from Bagalkot district of Karnataka, Professor Shridhar completed his Bachelor of Engineering in Computer Science from Karnataka University in 1993, Master's degree in Software System from BITS Pilani in 2013, and doing research work at SBU Ranchi in collaboration with Indria Labs of INSA Rennes, France. His area of research includes compact visualization of multidimensional data, data structure, compiler design, data analytics, Python, and object-oriented programming are his core areas. Over 31 years of academic and administrative experience, he has developed several international collaborations and relationships under his guidance. More than 110 students successfully completed higher education, even leading up to PhD, and got fruitful placement in France, Bangkok, and other parts of the world. He is fellow of IEI, IETE, and member of ACM IST. After completing 25 years of service in Birla Institution, Pilani, he joined Sarala Birla University, Ranchi, in 2020 as a Dean of Engineering of Applied Sciences and presently a Registrar at Sarala Birla University. Strongly believes his religious ethnicities of Indian views that global exposure, awareness, and adoption with the root of Indian Vedic culture will make successful manager, engineers, technocrats needed by today's world. With reference to the AI, he has experience in teaching reinforcement learning, pattern recognition, natural language processing. Thank you, Dr. Dandin, for joining today's webinar.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So coming to Dr. Joshi, so next panelist for the day is Dr. Joshi. As an accomplishment academic leader, passionate teacher, and researcher, her career has been driven by the commitment to fostering the excellence in education, research, and industry connect. With over 2 decades of experience as an academician, over the decade as head of civil engineering, she has successfully shaped expanded the department with her philosophy, which focus on empowering students through a rigorous academic program, practical industry exposure, and research-driven learning. After working as a Dean School of Engineering, presently she is handling the responsibilities as a Director IQAC at Ajeenkya Patil University, Pune. She has completed her PhD in Civil Engineering. Her PhD work has been awarded with Indo-Global Engineering Excellence Award in 2015 for contribution for the research work in engineering field. Her PhD work is published in the India's first guidelines for structural rehabilitation and retrofitting. She has done ME from Government College of Engineering Pune with GATE scholarship. She was Pune University rank holder during her undergraduate studies. She has guided 6 PhD research scholars and 25 MTech projects, published 70 plus research papers, several patent and copyrights. She has been working as a reviewer for journals and conferences, invited as a keynote speaker, session chair for various conferences. She has received a research grant from AICT, ASCE, SPPU. She has successfully completed Cambridge International Certification for Teachers and Trainers. I welcome Dr. Joshi. Thank you so much for joining. So next panelist for the day is Professor Dr. Shantanu Agnihotri. Dr. Shantanu Agnihotri is an alumnus of IIT Kanpur, IITM Gwalior with expertise in VLSI design, AI, ML, and nanotechnology. Dr. Agnihotri has previously held academic position at PSC Chandigarh, Bennett University, PDE Gandhinagar, and MRIIRS prior to his current role. His research interest includes LSI design, nanotechnology, artificial intelligence, machine learning, neuromorphic computing. Dr. Agnihotri emphasizes a balanced approach to teaching, integrating theoretical concept and practical problem solving to address real-world challenges. His courses include quizzes, term papers, presentation, projects, and report writing, fostering a comprehensive learning. Awards and grants he achieved. So UGC grant for MTech and PhD, IIT Kanpur grants for international conference paper presentation, Gold Leaf certificate, IEEE, Prime Asia 2013. So, warm welcome to all the distinguished panelists, and thank you for accepting our invitation and being here. So, for the next 1 hour, you'll be listening to all the distinguished panelists. In case of if you have any questions or query at the end of the session, we have time, we can just take few questions. Participant can post the questions in the chat box, or simply they can raise their hands. So we'll unmute you. Thank you so much, and over to Dr. Basanna.
Thank you, Akshay. Good afternoon, everybody, and my esteemed panelist today. Before we begin, right, as Akshay indicated, in case if you have any questions, we will definitely take it towards the end. But meanwhile, if you have any thoughts that come to your mind, kindly use chat window so that towards then we can consolidate all those questions and different perspectives, and then share that with our esteemed panelists today. At the outset, I would like to thank Mr. Karthik, the Director General of CIPU, and his entire team for giving this opportunity for me to be part of this interesting panel discussion. And when Akshay was talking to me, and when he mentioned about the topic for the discussion, and the moment I saw the administration part and the role of AI there, one of the things that came to mind is invariably, whenever we talk to any of the faculty members, including me, I'm saying that if you ask them how is life, right, teaching life, one of the things invariably, I'm sure everybody agrees, that, sir, everything is well, we do everything except teaching, right? A lot of administrative work that is coming in the way to teachers, in addition to the administrators that we have. And one of the reasons why I chose to be in academics is my father is also a retired professor. So while I was growing up, I saw him, the way in which he used to engage himself in the academia and research. I thought that's the best way to lead life, quality life. But the reality is different now because things have changed drastically in last 2 decades or so. So when this topic was known to me, suddenly I remembered that part. And I said, this is great to hear from our esteemed fellow panelists who bring in a huge amount of experience and different perspectives altogether to today's discussion. And how do we leverage the technology for us? And maybe towards the end of today's panel discussion, at least we will have some sort of a direction of looking at how can I make the administration a little more comfortable, right, with the help of technology, and what are the challenges that we've been having. Nothing is that sort of a path that is without any challenges as such. So what are the challenges, etc.? We will look at it. To briefly set the context, right? There are similar to we have industry 1.0 to 5.0. There's a another universe, parallel universe that we talk about education 1.0 to 5.0, where we started off, we look at Gurukul system, etc. And then we used to focus more on lifelong learning, etc., which is more of a customized academic inputs that we used to get, right? But over a period of time, things have changed. The system has become complex, and even the scale at which we are operating is also pretty high as such, right? More than anything else, I'm sure all of you agree that every stakeholder's demand is increasing, right? And when I say stakeholder, be it a student, be it a parent, be it teacher, be it administrator, and on top of it, we have so many regulatory requirements that are evolving, right? And these regulatory requirements, sometimes they are simple, sometimes they are complex. How do we bring them together, right? And on top of it, now we have a lot of rating agencies which are coming in. So ultimately, what is happening is this a demand that is coming in from every stakeholder, and to meet those requirements that is coming in, AI is one of the ways through which I think will enable us. Basically, AI should work as an enabler so that we will be able to manage this complex system that is evolving. And invariably, uh, in the past, we have observed that any of these technology interventions that we have, right, has most of the times has helped us to drive efficiency and effectiveness both, right? So in our context, in the higher education context, how does it help us in driving efficiency and effectiveness? Something we can discuss in a while. But what are the benefits that we've got so far, right? Be it from efficiency and effectiveness perspective, right? One of the studies indicated that in the US context, right, the implementation is a little more higher, right, because of multiple reasons in the Western context, right? Nearly about more than 1,000 higher educational institutions were involved in that survey. And then nearly 70% of them had a positive view of AI, right? But still, the entire educational system has not adopted AI completely as such. Since I come from a business management, I look at an opportunity as well. This AI, especially the technology the education market, is considered to be valued at almost 2.5 billion US dollars, and it is going to grow almost 6 times. That's the prediction. So there is a huge opportunity in the growth in that specific area, AI, especially in the education space as such. And in the Indian context, if I look at it, nearly 62% of the enrollments are happening through this digital channel, right? And most of the students feel that this digital capability of a university is one of the major factor that may influence their choice of the institution as such, right? So with these developments that are happening, demand from the stakeholders, we need to really look at how do we embrace this AI in more positive and constructive way. Because invariably, whenever we talk about AI in education, I'm sure you would have come across that. Most of the times we talk about how AI is being used either in teaching and research. But today we are going to look at beyond that. How does it help in real administration as such, right? And in the past, we've seen that this advent of AI and especially various modes of technology has helped us to, of course, drive efficiency. In addition to that, it may reduce the cost of operation, right? The cost is another factor that will have a greater influence, right, due to technology. And the other thing is data which is available for a quick decision making. Earlier, we had to depend on multiple data sources, etc. Thanks to AI-based technology, not only gives you data, it also gives you some sort of a predictive analysis and productive modeling as such, right? And another best thing that we have seen with the advent of AI is we talk about inclusivity, and it is quite evident from the use of technology that we are seeing, especially on the AI part, which is helping everybody to be part of the whole learning process, be it, some of the translation tools that we have, which has basically, adaptive learning methods that are available on our, ERP and LMS, etc. Right? And also the solution is scalable. AI as such, irrespective of number of students that we have on the campus, we will be able to scale it up and meet the larger requirement as such. So in that regard, I'm sure in the Indian context, we have e-Samarth portal right now. About more than 450 universities are using that, and we've been using a lot of simple technology solutions, which are more of a miniature version of ERP to run a lot of our processes, including examination, etc. Right. So there are some challenges as we move forward. Now, one of the things that we need to also consider is in the wake of using AI across, and AI, the moment we talk about AI, everybody is a little worried and concerned, right? What is the impact? And mostly it is considered more on a viewed from more of a pessimistic aspect. But I think there's a lot of optimism with which we need to see, because AI is going to really help us to be more efficient, transparent, and more than anything else, as I said, this may allow us any routine, mundane, day-to-day operations which are there. AI might help with basically, the we get our space in the mind to think more from a strategic direction rather than getting bogged down by the operational level challenges that we have. Right? Most of the times, these operations really come in our way, and I'm sure all the administrators who are here today would have experienced that most of the times we end up spending a lot of time addressing these operational related challenges and issues, whereas our focus should have been more of a strategic and long-term directional oriented plans. But unfortunately, we are getting into these operational decisions. So probably AI might be one of the ways through which we could help in addressing that and try to enable especially the administrators and decision makers to look at the strategic direction rather than getting really stuck in the operational part to it, and also building the right ecosystem of learning, maybe research, maybe innovation, and so many other parameters which are critical for the success of any higher education institution. So therefore, let's hear from our panelists today in the present context of everybody looking at using especially the AI, the technology part of it, to run our operations more efficiently and effectively. Let's hear it from our panelists today, their perspectives on various aspects that are critical for us to consider, right, when we are driving AI into our system. So my first question to all the panelists today is, if you look at the applications, there are so many AI applications that are there, right? So in the current context, which one do you think is the most promising area which is going to be a mainstream in the Indian context? Because if you look at AI, it's more on global context, but which is more relevant in the Indian context, the area which can be a mainstream, right? So if you could start with Professor Kalpesh ji, if you could share your thoughts on this.
Yes, sir. As you rightly said that the question is really very relevant as of in the current era, and the way we are just developing here the tools and the technology day by day, And specifically nowadays, AI is, I can say, that an integral part of any kind of administrations. So in Indian context, it's given really the sheer scale for our higher education system, that I can say that with over the thousands universities and more than, I can say, that 14 million students, the AI, we can't say that it's innovation now, because since last more than 10 years, we are used to with so many AI related applications and the technology. And it is necessity for the sustainable growth. And I can say that the quality enhancement, this is a very good tool for all of us that. And I see that specifically this in an Indian context, the AI tools or the technology in a three way. Number one, I can say that it's the personalized learning at a larger scale. That the diversity of the students populations is one of the India's the greatest strength, I can say that. But once again, it is also the pedagogical challenge. The AI powered and adaptive learning platforms are most promising applications. And the systems can analyze the students' learning pattern and tailor education content for their individual pace and the style, I can say that. So I'm just looking in the larger scale of the students and the diversified students community taken. With move on, as we say that the one size fit all model, and I can say that helps improve academic performance and retentions of the students, which is a key focus on our the national education policy of 2020. Second aspect, I can say that intelligent and simplified administration, AI will revolutionize our administrative backbones. We are already seeing that the adoptions of AI powered systems to streamline the admission, because it is always for the any academic higher education or the any academic institute, the admission process is a really, I can say that it's a time consuming without this intelligent tools, PDS tasks they don't have to do it. With this, they can streamline the things. Second, they create optimize timetables and manage the resource more efficiently, because as I said that nowadays all the apex bodies, AICT, UGC, now they are also very flexible that they will say that use the resources whatever you have it in the campus in a optimal way. Earlier, if I say that the AICT will not allow you that to run engineering college, except now AICT say that you can run BCA college also, that you can start MBA also, that you can MC also in the same campus. You can just share the resources. If we have this kind of tools, we can just optimize the use of this resources, even if manpower also. Second, the institution of the any size automating the routine task frees up the administrative staff to focus on the higher valued work rather than the tedious the task which they are doing pen and paper every day. So that is not required nowadays. Instead of, they can see that how the institution can grow with the quality educations and smart administrations, I can say that. So such a students support systems and the strategic planning they can plan. And this is the crucial for the improving the operational efficiency across over the vast network of the colleges or the universities. And third point, which is also, I'm just liking that, the bridging the language and the accessibility divide. Because NEP has just given very much motivation to the students community. Because always each and every student would like to learn in, he can understand, he can think in his this mother tongue, I can say that. So India's linguistic diversity can be the barrier to uniform access to the quality education. AI powered the real-time translations and the transcriptions service are a game changer. And those tools can make a study material, every lectures accessible to the students in their native language, I can say that, and provide the critical support for the students with a huge database also. These applications directly align this national goal of the inclusive education and the force all the envisioned by the Niti Aayog also, that ensuring that the quality educations reaches every corner of the country, at every students and at every those who want to learn without any age group. So this is my concern which I have shared. Any panelists also can add anything into that thing. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for your key points that I could make is resource optimization and especially on the adaptive learning. Right.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Shridhar, over to you if you'd like to
Yes.
share your thoughts on the key
Yeah,
applications.
in continuation of what Dr. Kalpesh told us, see, whenever we are optimizing something, we should not forget the teacher's load or teacher's work when they deliver. Suppose while delivering a 45 minutes, 50 minutes, say, lecture, suppose that whatever I am delivering, if my AI tool captures that and prepares a small quiz of say 5-10 questions, and if at the end of the class say it will automatically throw a quiz to our students, so that will help us, or that saves my time also, rather than preparing, because while talking with the students for during a lecture session, we may come across so many things, so many scenarios, stories we bring to make the learning little easier for them. So whenever I'm talking of something related to some say Upanishad, so suppose I'm relating that, and if my AI tool finds that out, behind the screen searches, oh, this is what the teacher is talking, and if that tool brings out uh, certain related, say, the topics, then it throws that to the students. So it in this way it will help transforming the knowledge that is already existing. So in this way, if we talk of smart boards, like AI enabled smart boards, so whenever I'm writing something, it automatically captures what I'm writing, and it behind the screen it brings back, it searches, transforms. Say so many large content is already available, so it will bring that content, and which makes my teaching work little easier. So this helps our teacher to spend more time on other perspectives, like making some research work, helping in administrative work. This will definitely enable us, and in this way, definitely AI tool will help every higher education institution to spare more time on future development, so that the regular repetitive tasks can be reduced. So that repetitive task reduction is one of the perspectives that we expect from AI tools. That's what I wanted to just introduce.
Great. Great. Thank you, sir. So basically, you are highlighting the fact that the students will have a good learning experience because it's more customized, and the whole operations in the classroom that is there can be easily automated, and which helps not only teachers but administrators as well to look at
Correct.
how we can integrate. Great, fantastic. Over to you, Dr. Deepa. To share your thoughts on which are the critical applications you see in the Indian context.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. And first of all, I thank CIPU for organizing this global seminar or global webinar on such a relevant topic. You know, all of us are working in the systems today which are totally data driven, and they are day by day they are transforming rapidly and going at the higher level of efficiency. That is by using AI. So the AI plays important role here to whatever the work or whatever, and as this seminar is focusing on administrative part of it, if you talk about university administration involves use of huge data, means it generates, it maintains, it utilizes, or everything is data driven nowadays. And because of this, if we can adopt the AI for this huge and dynamic data, uh, definitely we'll have the lot of benefits, such as we get the accurate things, at the same time we get the timely solutions for routine tasks as well as for the complicated issues. So when we focus on the administration part of the university, the major areas, as also my fellow panel members, respected members have discussed just now, they involve majority time like admissions and enrollment administration. It involves academic administration. Students service related departments are there. We have finance administration involved in it. Human resource and faculty administration is one of the major part of any university. Along with that, teaching learning is the thing which just now sir has focused on. And then research and innovation is also something which is every faculty member and every stakeholder of the university has to work on it. And definitely the governance and decision support is the field where this AI will be able to support to a large or the great extent. But yes, I would like to discuss here about a specific and very important department, administrative department of any university, that is IQAC. IQAC is the internal quality assurance cell. And as everyone is aware of, the NAC, that is National Assessment and Accreditation Council, mandates the establishment of IQAC in every university to ensure the quality. So definitely every private university or whatever institute is there, IQAC is the major part of it. And IQAC, whatever tasks are there in the IQAC, most of the time, all of you, those who are, working in this field of education, they will be able to understand that majority of times getting the right data or the specific data from large number of schools and large number of departments, faculty members, students, it becomes very tedious and complicated task. So when these routine works are powered by AI, then not only the data collection will become streamlined, but at the same time, the more use of the AI can be done for understanding that data. Because IQAC, if you talk about, we can divide it in majority of two parts. One part is no doubt about the routine work, like taking the stakeholders' feedback is one of the important and routine work for IQAC. Then performance appraisal systems for the faculty members, which also involves large amount of, because number of faculties and everything, as Dr. Basanna sir rightly said, scales are very high today. Numbers are very high today. At the same time, we have the various audits to be carried out by IQAC. All these are routine tasks. But at the same time, they are very, very important. But only doing those tasks will not give take our university at the higher level. However, by understanding that data, interpreting it right way, and most importantly, the AI tools which we can leverage the predictive analytics from the AI. And that can help us in align our university performances with accreditation benchmarks and ranking frameworks. Because today everybody will agree that private universities, the accreditation and the ranking is indeed very important task. And we cannot accomplish them just by collecting data, making the reports and submitting it, right? So we have to thoroughly understand it. And AI is very powerful. Right? At the same time, it is giving you, at one click, we get the comparative statements of number of things all over the globe. The parameters which we want to study, we can understand it. The patterns of that particular thing, we can understand. Even we can find out how our own university is progressing over the years. Because when we talk about all these accreditations and everything, NIRF needs 1 year data. NBA needs 3 years of data of your own university, whereas NAC, it demands for 5 years of data. So when we look at the administration part of university, what I personally believe is everything revolves around the data, and we as the administrators, we should not run behind the data, but we should give our more and more time and brain to analyze it and then utilize it for the enhancing the performance of our university. So I strongly believe that this AI, support of AI for such kind of things, when I talk about IQAC, then this journey of from quality assurance to quality excellence is possible only with the power of AI, backup of the AI. So that is what I field, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Deepa. When you were narrating the significance of data and data requirement, especially from IQAC and accreditation perspective, I'm sure all of us will agree that, 1 month prior to the accreditation visit or rating agency's visit, none of the faculty members and administrators will go home before 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, right? Everybody is busy with collecting the data. Ye nahi hai, wo nahi hai, wahan se leke aa jao, yahan se leke aa jao. I think with the help of AI, I think this may solve is what we think. But again, we need to give that as an input to AI system. Ki, bhai, mujhe ye chahiye. This is the data that we need. Give it to us. Right?
And more importantly, we will be able to spare our time for understanding that data.
Right.
Not
Correct.
rather
Correct.
just bare collection and reports, but we have to go one step ahead, and that
Correct.
will this AI
So
tools
true.
will be giving us that scope. That
Yeah.
is what I feel.
Yeah,
Correct, correct.
great. Thank you, Dr. Deepa. Over to you, Dr. Shantanu, if you'd like to add in
Yeah.
and then share any of one specific application. I know you are having some technical problem with your
Yeah,
video.
with
We
my
can
camera
hear
is not working right now, so I will add a few points what Professor Kalpesh sir has told. But before that, I would like to inform Professor Shridhar that we are actually working on some projects what he has suggested, and our students are working our like at UPES Center of Excellence of AI. We are developing number of SLMs and LLMs to handle that kind of queries and tasks what you said. But like in today's era, like most of the time we are talking about saving the time using AI, but the thing is that what we are missing, like we are missing the thing creativity. Like if we are saving some time, so how can we manage those things, the time what we are saving for managing more creative tasks here? So that like if we have resources, like recently I proposed one innovation lab concept at the first year level. So you remember, like when we were in BTech or the first year of our engineering, we had multiple labs, including mechanical workshop to like coding things, and nowadays we have IoT and other things also. So we can develop some course which will be highly interdisciplinary in nature from the first year, so that a student can have a broad mind understanding of the interdisciplinary kind of thing. Because if first year you are not teaching them, showing them what things are there, so first thing is that like managing the resource in that. Second, like remember when you are working in some organization, how many WhatsApp groups you are joining, like sometimes tens, 20s, like in number of WhatsApp groups we are joining. So if we can write some SLM or train some SLM, small language model, for the same thing, like which can handle all these queries, and it can actually tell us in advance, like for 3-4 weeks it can observe the nature, like who are the handlers or like a main admin of those tasks. Then it can actually give you some prior things. Okay, this data may be asked, so just work on that data, and things can be like done in a bit advance. So these are the points which I would like to add. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Shantanu, for those two important points that you've shared. Now, over to you, Dr. Kalpesh. The question is, in the Indian context, two areas where we have a bigger challenge, right? Admissions and examination. Those two are the critical things. Now, with your vast experience in your past organizations, I'm sure you would have handled as minimum as few students to thousands. And right now, since you're associated with the national level institution, you will have larger area to cover as such, both from admission and examination perspective, right? So how do you think, what kind of role do you expect AI to play, especially in these two areas as such?
Absolutely, sir. Just I have inputs in this particular aspect, that because my university, as far as the Rashtriya Raksha University is concerned, that we have a 2000 number of seats only, because we are just limiting our all the programs with the UG, specifically with the 50 intakes only, and PG 20 intakes only. So we are very precise in the quality. So for us, I think not an issue, but I can say that we are thinking about the global, all the universities that where they have a multiple campuses and the multiple number of students, thousands of students are there. So normally the universities receives, I can say that the lakhs of inquiry normally about the different programs, different fee structures, durations, and multiple, I can say that. So right now, AI-powered chatbots can provide 24/7 support and instantly answer the thousands of common questions about the courses, fees, deadlines. So this ensures that no prospective students is left waiting and the frees up the human counselors or to handle more complex queries, I can say that. So with this AI-powered chatbots, I can say that 70 to 80% common queries, it is absolutely, they will get the answer of all these queries, number one. Second thing is that with the AI can automate the initial screening of the applications against the predefined the eligibility criteria such as marks or required subjects, specializations, and other criteria. What other universities with course to course they are just keeping that. So they can also put it in terms of these conditions. And AI will smartly scrutinize because if you are receiving the lakhs of applications and if you go for the manual scrutiny of this kind of things, it requires so many months, I can say that, not days, I can say that. So this will drastically, I can say that, reduce the manual efforts and the processing time, the key here which we are expecting that. And also I can say that the convergence means the predictive analysis can identify the applicant who are strong, fit, but they may be at a risk of dropping out from the particular process, or they can't able to decide the things whether I should go or not. So this allow you the targeted and the personalized outreach to keep them engaged, and which has been shown here to significant improvement in a conversion rates of the applicant, I can say that. Here, also, I can say that the students normally have a more precise queries also that at that level, we can say that the human intervention we can just provide and we can just discuss with that. Moreover, I can say that there must be some kind of written examination, scrutiny examination also we are just conducting that, where we can just use this AI tool. In that, the examiners, we can just put the bunch of questions with the different level of the questions, I can say that, with the high level questions, middle level questions, and normal level question that. So you can have a leverage that you can just put the depends on the students, whatever the percentage they have received, according to that, you can just put specific kind of questions levels and you can scrutinize them in a automatically, I can, with the help of this AI tools. Now, once again, once we admit the students, now the examinations is once again very, I can say that, important task for any universities, means which must, I can say, the ensuring the integrity that. And with the rise of this online educations and ensuring the academic integrity during the large scale of exam is a major concern, where only and only AI powered remote proctored system can be the monitor the exams and for suspicious behavior flag the potential issues for the human reviews and under the helping the maintain the credibility of the virtual. I will say that proudly at Rashtriya Raksha University, since last 2 years, we have started to conduct the examinations, the scrutiny examinations for the admission of our RSET. It is online. The students can sit anywhere, but they have to use their laptops, only laptops, I can say that. And with the AI proctors, we are conducting the examinations. I can say that we have only and only means we have conducted the examination of more than 15,000 students on this particular platform, and we have received, I can say that, less than 50%, less than 50 cases only that, where we have just stopped them or we have just not allowed them because due to the wrong or the unethical way they are just trying to handle. And my AI proctor has easily record each and every event of that 2 hours examinations. Even if after the completion of examinations, we are with the help of this another AI tool, we are just analyzing the thing is that if, is there any unethical action is done by the students then also that my tool is just identifying that. And out of that, there is no, I can say the zero tolerance. If any students have a grievance, we say that you come to my university, I will just give you the proof. And out of that, 50% have just come to verify those records. By seeing the records, they were positively agree, said that, "Yes, sir, this is absolutely right that we have done it, that it is recorded, but we are in impression in another mode that." So means say that the transparency as well as the integrity, both we can able to achieve with this tool. The second part, this is about the admission part. I said that now about the examination also, that nowadays for the automatic evaluations, I can say that for the objective or the MCQs kind of examinations, definitely AI driven tools can automatically grade this process, and it's a nearly perfect, I can say that 99 point accuracy, and deliver the results in the fraction of time, and it would be marked the manually. I can say that we are conducting so many other examinations. For example, the firefighter examinations of more than 2,000 students we have conducted here for the Gujarat Municipal Corporation's recruitment for. We have conducted this examination written MCQ based. You can't believe that the result of 2,000 students we have given within 40 minutes. Within 40 minutes, we have just declared the result, and even if participant, which candidate can see the PDF copy of his all MCQ sheet also, that means uh, and that's the power of AI, I can say that. So with this, I really, I can say that nowadays, without adopting this AI tool, the larger scale higher education organizations, I cannot say that survive, but if you have to grow qualitatively, and they must have to adapt it. And one more thing I say that always, sir, even if the things are, we can say the automation, the administrative peoples have a fear that कि भाई, with the help of this tool, when university start using that, what about our role? But we are always make sure that these are the AI driven tools are going to increase your efficiency also. I can say that not only that we are reducing the manpower, but we are going to utilize your this improved vision and the accessibility at higher level that. And this is my opinion about this two part. Thank you, sir.
Great, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. As we grow, there's a complex system, and AI
Yes.
should enable us to make it a little more simple. And thanks for sharing your examples at RRU when you were sharing your entire entrance test
And I
exam.
will tell you, sir, one more thing is that because when you have to adopt the technology at that time, you have to make it much more stronger. I can say that because the people are always just discouraging you that, sir, it's a national level institute, and if something happened wrong, and people will force you, you've done this and that. So I said that the executor has to take bold decision,
Absolutely.
and that courage will lead you at higher standards.
Absolutely. So I totally resonate with your thought process, sir. Here, we at National Forensic Science University, of course, I am sitting in Delhi campus, but our headquarters is in Dandin, as you know. And then this time when you're narrating about your admission process, we used our Samarth portal, which was seamless. Everything is integrated in one go, right? There's no need to look at, do we have student details, the admission is confirmed, generation of receipt and student enrollment, everything is seamless, right? We have everything in one particular platform. That is a great support as an enabler. As I was mentioning, it will help administrators to look at the data and take the right decisions in the right directions as such, right? Thank you so much for sharing those insightful thoughts. Now to Dr. Shridhar, I'm sure in your past experience in BITS and now at SPU, you would have interacted with multiple stakeholders, especially outside of India. And for them, technology is something they are early adopters, whether we like it or not.
True.
Because 15 years back, when I was teaching in the US, Blackboard was there as a LMS, which was not heard of in the Indian context, right? Of course, now we have adopted quite a bit as compared to earlier days. The rate of adoption in Indian context is also pretty much faster. But the solutions that have worked in the Western context may not work, right? So in your experience, right, what is what can we learn from what has been done in the past, especially in the Western world, and how do we have a better solution, AI solution in the Indian context, especially for our HEIs.
Yeah. Thank you. And that is really very interesting things that they do. In the sense, as you already mentioned, they are early adopters. It is because they work on the problems, in the sense, the present problems. Say, whenever they go to the, say, university, or say, whenever they are in the campus, or whenever they go to any other place, they will try to identify a problem there. So identification of domain specific problem is very important. So we are lacking in it. Like we are always good receivers, and we work on that rather than thinking on the present problem that I have. Say, for example, I want to monitor the attendance of the class. Uh, we are not thinking of how AI tool will help us to monitor the attendance of the students. So they think in that way in advance, like, yes, they focus on, say, user centric designing. Like, users want this, let us involve the users, try to develop a tool for them. So this is where exactly we have to adopt this at our Indian scenario. If at all any problem we identify, we should try to address it immediately, in the sense, or say, in the form of a tool, at least an automation tool. We can bring AI later. At least we have to understand the practical approach of solving the problem. So we should show our advancement in it, because we have great developers with us. When the great developers are with us, the students also, I can identify good number of final yearites, or say third yearites, who are very good in say understanding the problem. If we identify a basic problem surrounding to them, then they will really show good interest in working on it. Say, for example, I was just talking to my master students. I was talking to them that, say, there are two lifts. When there are two lifts, how these two lifts can be synchronized each other to save the power consumption. Suppose one student standing at third floor presses the down button. So which lift will come to him, sir, first? So if they are synchronized, and if the students think a problem in this way, so definitely they will get a solution. So in this way, the adopters, because they are already identifying the problems, then we are later identifying. So that is the cause, what makes different, they are different and they are developed than us. So when I was discussing so many collaborative works with my counterparts at France or Bangkok or some other parts of UK. So what they suggested, see, you try to give a problem to your students in such a way that they will work on those problems. Then the practical approach, theoretically teaching them, definitely it is required, but only theoretically, rather than just giving them theoretical concepts, throw them some problem, let them think, let them bring new ideas about it, new ideas of the solutions. So this bringing new ideas to the solutions will be a better approach for us to help ourselves to develop tools which are helpful to us first. Then they will be helpful to globally they will be helpful. So this is the approach that I observed in them, and I hope this approach of giving the problems, identifying the problems, will help our system to grow faster. That's
Great,
what my perspective.
fantastic. So basically, what you're suggesting is, let's not have a temporary fix. There's a problem. Let's look at it from a long-term perspective. What is the implication? Let's think little deep into it when we are integrating AI. Then we will be able to get the maximum benefit rather than looking at a short-term, benefit.
Short-term benefit.
Yeah,
True,
yeah.
true.
Thank you so much. That's a wonderful, experience that you've shared. My next question is to Dr. Deepa, right? It's very nice to hear people saying that AI is a great help, support, and we feel really excited to use some of these AI tools, but it does come with a lot of challenges in implementing, right? So, in your perspective, what do you think in the Indian context? What are the key challenges that we are facing at the moment to drive this AI in HEIs?
Okay. So again, it's a interesting thing because, as you rightly said, everyone, almost everyone, agrees that AI is indeed a very strong support when it comes to universities or the administrative part of the universities. But yes, definitely there are certain challenges, and especially in Indian context, if I want to discuss those challenges, then the first major challenge is the data privacy. Because as data is the core part when it comes to universities as well as AI, right? So AI tools and all. So the thing is, we do have large amount of data, which we can call it as sensitive as well, because this is the data of students, their personal data, their academic records, everything, all the kind of coming to faculty members. We do have data of faculty members. So in general, I mean, when we are using the AI platforms or AI tools for such kind of work, then definitely this is one of the major challenge. Of course, universities must invest on the robust security protocols to tackle this particular challenge, and we can ensure that there won't be any threat to the data which we do have. Along with that, what I feel one more thing is the ethical concerns of it. Because AI is giving us the things at one click. And are we supposed to use it directly as it is? Or we have to work on it and we have to use the AI as tool, especially when it comes to the research. In our university, in the last month itself, we had organized one workshop, hands-on workshop for the research scholars and faculty as well, for the AI tools and technologies for research. So the resource person who had come, the first thing she said is, you have to use it ethically. So the thing is, literally, all of us know that with one click, we can get complete literature review from AI tools. And it is more than perfect, I would say, because it in few seconds, it can access, it can retrieve it summarizes the things from very good papers or the research work and everything, and it gives you the entire review. But as a researcher, one should read that, and one should use it as a tool to understand what is the scenario or status of the research in my area all over the globe, because AI is giving you it in no time. So here the ethical part also comes, which is very important. And one of the way, like every university should have the ethical policy to it should be in place and to be implemented, so that we'll have some kind of binding on this kind of thing. So that is what I feel the major challenge. At the same time, just now Dr. Kalpesh sir mentioned about one thing, that there might be fear among the staff, especially when we come to administrative part of it, the fear in the mind of administrative staff that their work will be done by now with AI and AI platforms and everything. So that also can be one of the challenge for the university to take these people in the stream. There may be skill gap, so there should be some trainings to be organized to the technical staffs or non-teaching staff. Because I may be wrong, but because as per my thinking, majority of faculty members are aware about AI now, and they are using it. There is no much fear as such. But when we are focusing in today's webinar about the administration part of it, then it is also important to take the administrative staff in this mainstream and some kind of trainings to be provided so that they will understand that this is for their help, their support, and not taking their job or taking their work. Okay? That I feel another challenge. And one thing, whether you consider it as a challenge or the fact that universities will have to have some high initial cost, depending upon up to what level the AI integration they want in their existing system, because AI hardwares like powerful GPUs and all that thing, they will have to spend on it. Some AI very good tools, they come as license version, so definitely the universities will have to spend on that. Again, when that comes in maintenance part also is there, the software updates is there, electricity part is there. So overall, I mean, there will be definitely some amount of investments will be there from the university side. And but one thing is definitely clear, that though there are many challenges, we cannot have option to this now, because there is no question whether we should adopt it or not. We'll have to adopt, if not today, tomorrow. But universities cannot keep themselves away from this. So better to understand the challenges and start working on it and start adopting the things. I think that should be the policy.
Great. Thank you. And so basically data management is important. Data governance, we need to have the right data governance in place. And then, there is no other alternative. We just have to go with it, right? We can't avoid it. That's the last point that you mentioned. Now, my question is to Dr. Shantanu, right? So now we have looked at how AI has helped, how we can learn from, our past experience and what are the challenges. I see one of the important things that, is posing a huge challenge for us is the digital divide in the Indian context, right? The accessibility in be it infrastructure, be it any other factor that creates this digital divide that we talk about, right? So what, according to you, we can do to address this part? Because as Dr. Deepa was mentioning, that this is not anymore an option, right? We should be, it's high time for us to explore and start using AI more extensively in the education, context as such, right? Over to you, Dr. Shantanu.
Yeah, so can I add something in Professor Shridhar's answer for the question?
Sure, please do.
Yeah,
Please do. Go ahead.
Yeah, so actually I have worked with Scale AI and Outliers AI in some of their project, and these are the leaders. जैसे बोलते हैं उंगली पकड़ के चलाना, तो like all the LLMs, SLMs, multi-models, whatever we are seeing, so those are like Scale AI and Outliers AI are behind that. But you see, like being a late adopter gives you one flexibility, like you also know the failure points of the technology. Like by now we know 90% or more than 90% projects, AI projects are getting delayed, and around 74% of the project AI projects are getting failed. So if we know those things, so we can deploy our money in that, because you see, like the capacity of investment what Outlier and Scale AI has, I can bet like none of the Indian company, you name it, Wipro, TCS, Infosys, can put that money for like even the data annotation kind of project. So that's a fine. So being a late adapter, we haven't lost, we have actually gained something. And whatever I'm going through the thing, so maybe we are near some AI winter. Now coming to the digital divide thing, so let's first see like what is this divide. So first, like the access to the device or the connectivity. If suppose you don't have device, you have good network, doesn't matter. If you have devices but you do not have good internet facilities around you, that is also like. And then affordability, because you see, like in some rural area, if you have devices but you do not have internet and broadband is also not present there, so that Starlink and these kind of things are literally too costly, like 7,000 or more than that per month. And then the digital literacy, I can tell you name of an app which I actually use for my medical related facility like queries. That is August AI. August AI is like a multimodal SLM or LLM for the medical field that works as a bot in WhatsApp. So that deals with English language only. So, and we know in India, like by every 2 miles, there will be difference in the taste of water, and by 200 miles, there will be difference in the language. If suppose I'm making some expert system based on AI, for like because if suppose is no hospital or doctors are not available, and I'm trying to make some expert system for them, but if he is giving the prescription in this way, like this system is asking इसके पहले आपको क्या दवा दी गई थी या कुछ, and if the person is replying in a way कि डॉक्टर साहब ने हमें पहले एक नीली दवा दी थी, फिर बाद में 2 पीली वाली गोली दी थी जो आधी खानी थी. So this kind of queries our systems will not be able to handle. So that this we can like consider as digital literacy, language kind of thing. Now for like dealing with these things, if affordability is the matter, so I can give one of my own experience. In the COVID time, I was associated with Bennett University, and when everything was shut down, so we heard issues like some students like who are economically not so well, and they are even facing the issues in like attending the classes. So we get attached to some NGOs, and we like manage around 1900 or more than 1900 devices which people actually donated, and we distributed those devices to those needy people. Then there are few options which are possible. So first is like offline first kind of design of our solutions. So whatever the teaching material we are providing, it should be like it should be compatible of cache content, like if you're providing some papers and things, so it should be available for offline, and localized low bandwidth services. You see, like whatever the videos are available and materials are available, you should try to provide compressed version of that. So if suppose they have limited data or limited speed, still they can access those things. Then device access programs. You see, like in India, we know there are many CSR projects going on. They will use hundreds of crores of money, and sometimes thousands of crores of CSR project money on like some statues. Can't we use those kind of money for distributing the devices or the network thing? So this must be in Uttar Pradesh. I know like earlier government have distributed laptops and mobiles, smartphone kind of thing to the brilliant students so that they can continue their study and thing. Then like universities at their own level, they can connect with the AICT and other agencies like that. They can they get connect with the state level, like in Uttarakhand we have U Coast, in Uttar Pradesh we have UP Coast, and like in Gujarat we have Guj Coast. So from that we can make some state level we can ask them like make some grant for these kind of things also. At national level, like when they are telling about NEP, so they should also provide some funding possibilities for those things also. Then like hybrid campus facilities should can be another option. Like you see, Educity is maintaining the exams in every part of India, from hills to like so the plains. So can't we have like can't we think about hybrid campus? So if some university is working in Ranchi or Dehradun or Uttar Pradesh, and they are running some campus even in the Odisha, those parts where like tribals, tribe peoples are living. So there they should try to like either they can make collaborations with the existing campuses and things like these examination agency people do, or they should try to develop. And digital literacy movement, we being university or like people from the academia, we should and we must work upon digital literacy movements also, so that like whatever we have learned, it doesn't get rusted out, and people can get benefited out of that. So that's like in brief what I have to say about that. Yeah, up to you.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Shantanu. So you are suggesting that we should have good, policy intervention, as well as all the stakeholders have to come together to address this digital divide challenge that we have. So my next question is to Professor Kalpesh. I'm going to combine two questions together, keeping the time in mind. We just have 15 more minutes. So if you could be very brief to this question, as well as we have one or two questions, and later on we'll open up for participants to ask questions. So two questions that I'm going to combine. One is under your leadership role right now, I'm sure you'll have to deal with many stakeholders within and outside to drive any of these technological and especially AI-based integration, right? What are the challenges that you will face, and how do you overcome that? It may be a little too broader question, it will be more contextual, but based on your experience so far dealing with these complex stakeholders, you could share along with any of the best practice that you would like to share in integrating technology.
Yes, sir. So this is, I can say, the real fear to all the stakeholders when we say that we have to go for the AI-driven education system, specifically for the administration. At that time, once again, all the administrative people are once again a frustration that because everywhere when administration word comes, that they say that now the management is always trying to reduce the manpower. That psychology people having that, but this is not the fact, I can say that. And even if another side of the coin is that we must have to use the AI first, and this is not, I can say, that the replacement of human power with the AI tools and the technology. So that trust build up, we have to encourage. I say that the demystifying through the education, that the first step is we have to build that the wide AI literacy, I can say that we need move conversion beyond the fear and hype toward the genuine understanding that. So this is the first thing I can say, that we must have to inform them this. Second, I say that govern with the transparency and inclusiveness also, that the trust is built on the clear and fair rules. I can that the institutions must establish cross-function AI governance committee that include the representation of the faculty, students, and all stakeholder. I can say that not only the IT administrators, because they say that this people IT, those who are belongs to IT and the IT savvy, they are just imposing on us that with this kind of new technology and they are just reducing our task. No, that is not the fact. I can say that. Third, I can say that the empower through the safe experimentation, that means we cannot expect that the people to trust that when they have not been allowed to safely explore that. Universities should provide the access to secure campus licensed AI tools. I'm saying that not the third party tools. I can say that they must procure licensed versions, so they must have a confidence that the data which they are using or what they are sharing, that they are all authenticated database and the things which they are using that. And last, I can say that, as I said, that the human approach at everywhere, we believe that when we say that we have to implement that, the first thing is that the administrator is a worried partner. He is always in dilemma that who will ring the bell to the cat, in short. That condition always come that. Management say that, authority say that we want to give it the automation that here. But the executor has a lot many pressure. Top level management and low level executors from we have to get the task done. So this is the balance situation. I can say that with the sensitizations and the thorough, we have to educate them and we have to train them that these are the rules, these are the benefits, and the way we are executing one or two application in, for example, I say that the ERP, AI-based ERP we have started here in my campus that. So earlier they are doing a lot of exercise manually in Excel sheets, and then we have a very good ERP system with us. They said that at the fraction of second, we are able to deal every task, any point of time, any authority asks any kind of report. We have a different kind of analysis and the reports are on a finger of keys, I can say that. So easily they can adapt it that. So in this way, we must have to just sensitize and train them, and we have to trust build on them. These are the technologies for the beneficial and the time reducing thing that, and we are have another opportunity to upgrade ourselves, and we can just think about that the quality administration as well as for the teaching community. I always say that they have to use this tools in terms of ethical way, because nowadays students our major community, they are also trying to use in the research this AI, but they must have to think that in a yellow and the red zone, they don't have to use AI. They have to use in a green zone that. Some of the tedious tasks they need to analyze, they can use this tool. Don't use for that to fetch the data in unethical way and you say that is my creation. No, dear. So as a teacher or the mentor, we are much more responsible, and I can say that the presence of mind everywhere when our researchers comes to us, they say that, sir, I've done this survey and I've just prepared this research paper, because I say that this many 25, 26 years of my research experience tell that we are very rigorously just go through about their paper. If we not look it on the depth of the paper, sometimes students may put teachers as a defaulter on a copyright act. I said that. In my tenure, the two teachers have a heavy punishment. I can say that they have to resign from their organizations due to the copyright IEEE paper. They said that the students has copied, the supervisor has simply said that, okay, go ahead. It's a good paper. Without verifying that whether he is cited or not, 70-80% copy paste data. So now the AI is also, the students have copied, but I said that AI is also doing similar kind of thing, that is bringing the data. So we, being a teacher and the research professors, I must say that the task is also increased from our side that. But I say that whenever the research comes, we have to wisely use this kind of tools. No doubt, we must use these tools, but we must have to scrutinize all these things. This is my opinion. Thank you. And I'm regret that because I have another meeting with the core team, so I may not be able in the participant question answer. So apologize me for that.
Yeah. Thank you. No, thanks. Thank you so much. Yeah, my next question, if you can request to Dr. Shridhar to be very, very brief to respond to that, is, one of the core philosophies of CIPU that I've understood with the interaction of Karthik, as well as I've heard Rahul Karadji talking about it, is collaboration is the key, right? Collaboration across institutions. Now, in the context of, AI, what is your view on collaboration amongst the HEIs in the Indian context so that, we can get the best value out of it? If you can be a little brief, sir.
Yeah, I will be. Actually, what is happening is, see, CIPU is a confederation, so such consortium. What they exactly bring when the higher educational institutions are connected through a point. So when they are centrally connected, it is very easy to share the things. It is basic requirement is sharing the resources. As Sarala Birla University in Ranchi is coming up with a studio where we can create high quality AI enabled digital content. So when we are providing this, say, I mean, we are coming up with this opportunity, it may be given as one of the centers for this, and others can also come and make use of this, best use of this. So in this way, a collaboration always helps us in sharing the resources. So in this way, whenever we make a confederation or consortium, the major point is the sharing of knowledge base. So this AI tools, because the AI, the background, as Deepa ma'am told, the data is the background. I mean, that is the backbone. And as one say, our Kalpesh sir told that he is already, I mean, they have started using admission test tool, right? So once they have tested it, these tested tools can be used by other persons who are in the consortium. So this sharing is very important for this collaboration. So I would like to say we are, I mean, as a collaborator, we would like to make out some studio. So other person, other institution, organization may come out with some other important as instrumentation. So instrumentation facilities. So these facilities can be shared in the group. So that is the major objective that I can see from this collaboration.
Great, great. So basically, we can speed up the adoption, is what you're saying, because already it is tested somewhere else. Let's not spend too much of time on that and then adopt it immediately, right? Rate at which we can adopt the AI is going to be faster, right?
Yeah.
Now, my last question is to Dr. Shantanu, if you could, share your thoughts on when we are using these AI-based technology in the organization right now in the higher education. Are we looking at what we call it as, do we have that myopic view of looking at it only as an automation, or is it becoming overly mechanized as such, moving away from student centricity, right? So what's happening and what should be done so that there's a nice balance between the whole operationalization or mechanization of the whole process without moving away from student focus as such.
Yeah, so I would like to explain this point with one of my experience with HDFC's customer care service. So what happened, like I got some email which was like from my email, and it was claiming that some HDFC representative is sending that thing to someone else. This was literally like a cyber crime related thing. So for that, like I did whatever my friends from cyber community told me, but still I tried around 17 minutes, but they were toggling me from here to there, that AI communication thing. If you have experience with like Swiggy or these kind of other applications also, so sometimes we really need human touch, because the condition when you are dealing with the problem, you may get panic. Maybe the problem was very small, but still that may depend upon the condition. Second, like AI's implementation shouldn't be like that. You will mechanize all the things. It should it should augment our capabilities. Like it shouldn't, we shouldn't get worried about replacement. If we are getting worried like it is going to replace us, then maybe we are not competitive enough. I must say that thing. And but I can give you one example, like in IIT Madras, what they are doing in Bachelor of Science course, they have like they are working with a scalar, and they are trying to developing the curriculum from 2025. I know, like they're trying to develop curriculum so that personalized learning can be utilized in that. Even in our university, we are developing some LLMs and SLMs so that we like faculties can use. Even we are trying to develop OCR based, like to theory exam copy evaluation, like earlier Professor Kalpesh said about the those objective MCQ kind of questions. So we are working on those kind of things. But here, when you will get the problem, you see, in I was visiting some university in Noida, and like fortunately that time their exam was going on. They were using some AI system to check like whether some students are doing something wrong or not. So their cameras were so sensitive. If someone will just turn their head from like 30-degree 40-degree, their account will be blocked. There were two faculties monitoring this thing, and there was one other mentor who was like managing the app. Then every time someone's account will be blocked, they will go to the faculty, sir mera ye hang ho gaya ya block ho gaya, and then all three faculty will have more trouble than the normal exam. So if something like that happening, so we cannot be totally relying upon the AI thing. We have to have some empathy, really empathy based design. So now like you see, students are coming from one system to another system. Like to even some students come to me, they will ask me, they can ask some ridiculous question too, like asking me like, sir, what laptop I should buy. So I will tell them, okay, go visit our center of excellence and see whatever the facility we are offering you. Then you have to see like what facilities you want, and your seniors will also guide you better than me. So like if suppose I'm just giving some SLM for this, a student may have this feeling in their mind, अरे ये तो chat GPT से भी मैं कर लेता. So these things cannot be replaced there. Then like we should think about the student agency also. Like if suppose we are using students data in order to like make their like experience in personalized learning and things, so we have to track like what is their experience with the system, whatever the changes we are doing. So is it really good? Like we know, like Swiggy, Zomato, SDFC, etc. They are deploying AI and replacing their customer care executives. And it was announced by the TCS last year, like by the end of 2025, around 150 crore rupees will be wasted in that. Like that business will totally go off. So if we are doing the same thing here, but here the interaction is not so small. Our relationship is like for 4 years minimum in BTech program. In other programs, it may be 3 years. And when they will become our alumni, like I am alumni of IT Kanpur, IITM Gwalior. So my relationship is with them is like lifelong. So whenever, wherever I will be, if I will be treated in this way, so like whether I will appreciate, whether I will appreciate my organization, maybe no. So we have to make a track of these things. So this experience must be taken. Like if suppose we have some systems like our proctorial related activity, if we are using AI for that. And like sometimes it may happen, there were some chances, some possibilities that we can actually somewhere we can like become more rigid, somewhere we can provide some flexibility. But if AI is running there, so the rules may be so rigid. That's why like we have to have like a human touch also. And my point is that like use AI for like those work where you have lot of similar kind of work. You use that where there you can use AI. We have to incorporate more and more creativity in our culture, our campuses. That should be the best, that will be the best use of AI in our scenario. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you so much, Dr. Shantanu. If any questions are there, please do ask us by unmuting yourself. I have a question in the, Q&A window.
Good evening, sir.
Good
So
evening.
we can start the Q&A session. So actually, Dr. ML Gaur has posted one question in the chat box. So
yeah, so I saw that. So basically, to quickly respond because of the time constraint, right? His question is how AI adoption in campus administration we shift from being mere back office efficiency tool to driving measurable improvements in learning outcomes plus institutional governance. Sir, Dr. Gaur, it's an important question. I think partly it has been answered. I think it's more of active stakeholder engagement that we need to have. The panelists are of the opinion once we involve all the key stakeholders, we'll be able to, really get the best value out of this transition to AI, and plan it well with the governance in place, which will help us as such. But it's a great question. I see somebody who has raised hand.
dear participant, if you have any question, you can just post it in the chat box. Yeah, Dr. Manju Pandey has raised her hand.
Please go ahead, Dr. Manju.
Yeah, ma'am, I have allowed you to speak. Hello.
Am I audible to you, sir?
Yes, yes. Now you are.
Okay. Sir, I have one question that how is artificial intelligence transforming the design and execution of experimental research?
So, I think that was briefly touched upon by one of the panelists earlier, Dr. Shantanu, as well as Professor Kalpesh earlier, where it has kind of helped individuals to speed up their entire research work, and at a single click they are able to collect the data. But what is more important is we should be little more mindful and thoughtful of what content is being done in the part of research. AI tool should act as more of a supportive tool rather than the concluding tool as such, right? So maybe Dr. Shridhar or Deepa, if you'd like to add something, please go ahead on the research.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Dear participant, if you have any more question, you can just go ahead. I think we don't have any more question. So on behalf of Confederation of Indian Private University, thank you all the distinguished panelists to be present here. And we are looking forward for you to do more webinars with us. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
you.
Thank you,
Thanks.
panelists,
Thank you,
as well as
everyone.
all the
Thank you.
participants.
Thank
It was
you,
a
sir.
pleasure having
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Basanna. Thank you,
Thank
Deepa
you.
ma'am.
Thank you.
We'll be in touch. Right.
Sure.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes, sir.
Okay,
Definitely.
sure.